Analyzing the challenges of libertarianism. Libertarianism is a political philosophy that emphasizes individual autonomy, free markets, and limited government intervention. While it champions personal freedom and minimal state interference, libertarianism faces several criticisms and challenges that merit examination. This essay explores some of the primary critiques of libertarianism, considering its philosophical foundations and practical implications. One of the central philosophical criticisms of libertarianism is its perceived overemphasis on individualism. Critics argue that libertarianism presupposes an unrealistic and undesirable conception of individual identity, often described as atomistic. This view suggests that libertarianism overlooks the role of community, family, and social institutions in shaping individual identity and providing legitimate sources of authority. Critics contend that by focusing primarily on individual rights, libertarianism neglects the social obligations and communal bonds that are essential for human flourishing. Additionally, some critics perceive libertarianism as an amoral philosophy that prioritizes personal liberty over moral considerations. They argue that libertarianism's emphasis on individual choice and self-ownership can lead to a disregard for ethical responsibilities and social justice. This critique suggests that libertarianism may struggle to address moral dilemmas where individual actions have broader societal impacts. Libertarianism's advocacy for unregulated markets and minimal government intervention has also faced scrutiny. Critics argue that completely free markets can lead to significant inequalities in wealth and power, environmental degradation, and the neglect of essential public services such as healthcare and education. The concern is that without government oversight, markets may fail to address negative externalities, such as pollution, and may exacerbate social inequalities. Furthermore, critics highlight that libertarianism's focus on personal freedom may paradoxically limit freedom for some individuals. For instance, the absence of social safety nets and public services can restrict opportunities for those born into disadvantaged circumstances, effectively limiting their ability to exercise meaningful freedom. This critique challenges the libertarian notion that freedom is merely the absence of constraint, suggesting that true freedom requires access to resources and opportunities. In practice, libertarianism's minimal state approach can encounter challenges in addressing complex societal issues. For example, the philosophy's resistance to government intervention in areas like public health and environmental protection can hinder collective efforts to address global challenges such as climate change and pandemics. Critics argue that some level of government coordination is necessary to manage these issues effectively and equitably. Moreover, the libertarian emphasis on personal responsibility and voluntary association may not adequately address systemic injustices and historical inequalities. Critics assert that rectifying past injustices often requires proactive government measures, which libertarianism tends to resist. This tension raises questions about how libertarianism can reconcile its principles with the need for social justice and equity. Libertarianism offers a compelling vision of individual freedom and limited government, appealing to those who value autonomy and personal responsibility. However, the philosophy faces significant criticisms related to its individualistic focus, economic implications, and practical challenges in addressing complex societal issues. As political discourse continues to evolve, these critiques highlight the need for a nuanced understanding of libertarianism's strengths and limitations, as well as the importance of balancing individual rights with social responsibilities.